Greetings, Earthlings! I am Uthbert, and we're going to go through the Wing Commander Armada Gauntlet mode. I'm going to try and talk while I fly because these missions can take a while. Try and keep it under the 15 minutes of mission, hopefully. Got my flight stick ready. If you have $5 and shop at Goodwill, you can be just like me. Killer fighters have penetrated our defenses, intercept and destroy all enemy resistance. Flying an arrow, yada yada yada. 2 dumbfire missiles. They're really hard to hit with just the dumbfires, so I'll just keep them in the bag. I like to speed up. This first thing I do makes me a little harder. The trick here is to kind of hit them before they line up to hit you. Almost like that, but later on it becomes really important to save your gun energy for when you got a sure shot. It's not as important now because you just have this little laser cannon, and that's, of course, that's all they got too. Almost got him. If you find these guys are tough, play Armada mode on hard, and even if you keep losing, and I consider myself a fair pilot, and I'll lose against those guys sometimes, but once you do that and you come to these guys, you're like, shooting, you know, shooting cats in a barrel, as they say. Kind of going through an identity crisis. I like the Uthbert call sign, but we'll see how long it lasts. This mission is easy enough. You fight 2 Drouthy, and then 3. And the arrow has a big advantage over the Drouthy. For one, Drouthy's lasers mounted on the side, which, you know, maybe it's psychological, but it just seems harder to line that thing up and hit things. If you play the Gauntlet mode on the Killer side, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That the arrow, it's much harder, I think, to hit an arrow in a Drouthy. It's much easier to hit a Drouthy from an arrow. Arrows seem, you know, they're narrow, they're little wedge-shaped ships. They're just harder. You know, they say there's no aerodynamics in space. That's true, but you can still design a ship to not be hit as hard, or, you know, not be such an easy target. And this guy's about to die. I don't know what's come over me today. I usually only get the front shields. I don't know how I managed to hit all around this guy. Alright, so we got them. Now we're going to go. We got to take on 3 Drouthys all at once. I usually don't like the one they give me. I like to do another one first. What's got me trying this out is Chris Roberts is making a new game called, gosh, I forget, is it Space Citizen or Star Citizen? I think it's Star Citizen. And I've absolutely loved these Wing Commander games. Well, let's see. I probably played the first one when I was 12 or so on a Super Nintendo. Played Wing Commander 1, 3, 4. Wing Commander Armada is this game. Privateer, which would have been my favorite. Privateer and a sequel, Righteous Fire. I started Privateer 2. I couldn't quite get that one to run on my machine. You'd think, like, my favorite game ever, I'd play the sequel. Well, I didn't. I wanted to, but I never got around to it. Maybe it's something else I should do. But anyways, this Star Citizen thing sounds really cool. Man, I gotta line up a little better on these guys. And it'll be there'll be a single player element like the old Wing Commanders, but there's also going to be the open galaxy, which is very exciting. And I want to be a fair pilot out there. And I knew that I had never quite beaten this Gauntlet mode, and that's why. And also, I looked for YouTube videos to see how to do it, because it's not easy. There's some missions that come up that are pretty tough, and so when I saw no one had done it, I thought, well, I'll make a YouTube video on how to do Gauntlet. And you know, of all the games I've beaten, I've never ever beaten this Gauntlet mode, so we'll do it together. I got a little overzealous when I bought this joystick. I did clean it with like a damp cloth, but I eventually had to WD-40 it. But before I did that, I actually jacked up my wrist pretty bad. And probably the right thing to do was to not play anymore for a while, let it heal. But I just put on my wife's oh, what do you call it? Carpal tunnel. She's got a carpal tunnel brace. I put that on. I'm able to play. Probably should have taken a break, but I'm on a Charlie Mike, which is continue mission, as we used to say in the Army. I'll put some links below to the Star Citizen game and also a video by a guy that goes by the call sign of Brigand. He, I mean, he talks for 10 minutes about this game and does excellent visuals, and I mean, he's got much more talent in making videos, and he's got a really awesome voiceover. But like his sentiments reflect mine so much, it's uncanny. Just that if you watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about, and maybe, who knows, maybe you'll relate to him. But I also, like him, I am married. I have two children, which I've gotten them to play Wing Commander a little bit. They might have to be my wingman later on, because some of these missions I don't think are designed to be done alone. Alright, got him. And you're kind of going for time to make that high score thing, so you want to get there and request clearance as soon as possible. So it's not terrible, 38% accuracy. Lately I've been doing between 38% and 45%. So it's already giving you our next briefing. Kilrathi fighters are launching from an unknown location. So anyways, I'll see you on the next mission. Uthbird out.